We are 25 subscribers away from reaching that 1,000 mark. This is huge. 975 subscribers organically. 970. I mean, I could do that. I could have done the pay for the 1,000, the 5,000, pay for the. There's those options. You know what I'm saying? They're out there and they'll fish you down. And this is organically, yo. Like, was it tempting? Sure. It was tempting to pay all that to get the quick grand fast or the quick, you know what I'm saying, the quick 10K. But 975 organically. I appreciate y'all, but I'm really striving to get that 1K before the 2-year mark. Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Hypocritical AF podcast. I'm your host, Albert Fig, and this week we are highlighting plenty of other things. But for starters, before I even get into what we're highlighting and what we're talking about, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling rejuvenated. I'm feeling motivated. I'm feeling happy. I'm feeling excited. All those, things that will get everybody hyped. But I'm feeling good, and it's because these last couple of weeks have been solid. Because I've been surrounding myself with other motivational people, or people who I'm grabbing motivation from, or who I'm like naturally gravitating towards. I say that a lot on the podcast. You'll find out soon enough. But if you've been a podcast regular, you already know I just use a bunch of big words like that, and I naturally gravitate. Does that count as a big word? I don't know if it officially counts as a big official word, but it's a word that I like to use because it's true. I naturally gravitate to people that I've been associated with and they've been around these last couple of weeks, and it's got me, like revamped, rejuvenated, hyped, excited. Like, I was excited to come in here and do this solo one. I was excited to come here and talk about, the things that we're going to be going over. I'm excited to have a laptop in front of me. I'm excited that I had even a list of things that I was ready to, talk about and everything. So I'm excited for that. So for starters, thank y'all. Thank y'all for checking in. Thank y'all for watching and listening. Number one, I appreciate y'all. You know what I'm saying? This is the independent route, and it has its ups and downs and its highs and lows, but it's independently ran and operated by me. You feel me? So if you're here right now, listening, watching, appreciate y'all. Thank you. Okay, so let's recap what's been going on the last couple of weeks. A few of them are episodes. A few of them are topics that we're going to cover. A few of them are news, and a few of them are like just, I guess, talking heads or points that I'm going to do. It's still hot. Yes, I'm sweating like I always do on these episodes when I'm by myself on them. But anyway, so check it out. Like, the last couple of weeks, I've been busy, right? I say that all the time. I'm always busy. I'm constantly either like looking ahead at stuff. I'm either looking at what I'm going to be doing or planning for what's going to be in the future on top of everything else that I'm doing. And the last couple of weeks have been solid. So I've been having I've been fortunate enough, I would say, to be either going to shows, participating in shows, highlighting artists, supporting artists, guest hosting on podcasts, being on other people's podcasts, being to, listening parties, to album releases, to album drops, to project budgeting, to producing in the background of another interview that was going on and being a part of that, to planning some other things in the future, planting some seeds on that way, and being all over the place in different cities and everything. So it's just a bunch that's been going on, and I'm thankful for it because it's really like, like motivating me to kind of do more and being around the other people that are, doing the same thing that I am, maybe in a different lane, but they're still, striving for something. So I think that's super cool. And it's hella like influential to be around. So yeah, guest hosting. There's like 2 episodes that I was, fortunate enough to guest host on. And as soon as those come out and release, I'll definitely drop those so y'all can check them out and get like a different feel for what I'm doing, because it's not my podcast. Like I said, I'm guest hosting, so it's someone else's platform. I'm just happen to be, sitting on it. So that was hella cool. I am sweating because it's hot. How it's hot in October, I hope it's not like one of those things like a couple years ago where it was hot all the way till November. Like, I'm talking about triple digits in November. I'm hoping it's not the case this year like that, but fuck it. If it is, it is. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, being around the guest hosting, hella cool, hella fun. I'm definitely down to do more of those. So if you ever need a guest host or someone to come on your podcast, even if it's just a solo one, even if it's interviewing, even if it's interviewing someone else, but you want another person there, that's me, bruh. Hit me up. That's what I like to do. And then, so I did a couple of those, and then I was able to be featured on a podcast, like where I was the one being interviewed. And those are always cool. I've talked about it before, but those are always cool too, because it's a different dynamic. Like, I'm not the one running the show. I'm not the one asking the questions. And it's me being on it. I get to like chop it up and talk about something other than, you know, myself or what's been going on, even though, you know, at the end of the day, it is an interview. So they ask me a bunch of questions about myself. But it's really cool because I don't have to lead. I don't have to kind of set the tone for the conversation. I don't have to really go into depth of things that are not, you know, outside of my thing. So that's what's solid. But at the same time, it's cool because I get to kind of be like more laid back, if that makes sense. I don't have to feel the pressure to keep it entertaining, or feel the pressure to make sure I remember this and hit this topic head, or remember to bring up this. Because a lot of times I'll leave solo episodes and I'm like, damn, I forgot to talk about, you know, so-and-so, or I forgot to talk about such and such. Or I'll literally walk away and be like, damn, I didn't bring up, you know, blah, blah, blah. So in that aspect, I don't have to remember or remind myself to remember to do that. So that's what makes it really cool and super fun to be a part of. So guest hosting and being the interviewee on some. And it's also the opportunity. Like, I'm thankful. Like, you know, they're not going to no one wants to just interview like a random person on the street. Like, you must be either doing something, influencing someone, or, you know, dare I say, a fan of. So it's solid, and that same energy is reciprocated. You know, that's why I like to have people on too. And it's a win-win because, you know, you're cross-networking, cross-promoting, and you're able to help each other out on the same platform because you're doing the same thing. So I enjoy doing those. So definitely down to do more interviews. So if y'all know, tap in. You feel me? So I did those. And then for the last guests that we've had, and I was able to be a part of their projects and their releases and their life, or what they got going on and everything. And this, you know, at its base, at its core, that's what's cool about doing the podcasting, is because you're able to connect and interact with these people more on a deeper level, or communicate with them differently than they would, say, like if it was a radio interview. Now, I'm not saying like this is better than a radio interview, because no, I mean, definitely if you have the chance to get a radio interview, definitely check that out. But what's cool is that for these, I get to like get the people to open up more and get them to kind of bring out the charismaticness of themselves. Is that even a word? I'm gonna look that up. Charismaticness. Am I saying that wrong? Charismaticness. Shoot, I don't even know if that is a word. But it gets them to like open up more and get their personality out. So that way people can relate to them more and everything. So that's like kind of like the goals for that, you know, when I do those. And I'm super excited for those. And starting with the first one, let's start with Jeaux. So we had, let me look it up right here. Episode 95, I want to say. Yeah, episode 95. Jeaux. Spelled Jeaux, but it's pronounced Joe. Not like how y'all think. It's just literally just Joe, but spelled differently. You know what I'm saying? So we had him on for episode 96. If you are in the Sacramento, it doesn't even have to be just Sacramento. So he's pretty well known out here. You know what I'm saying? He's a up and coming R&B artist, and he's bringing like that real feel in R&B music back. And you could definitely hear it in his music. And it's crazy too, because I've been a fan of his music since all the way back from when we did the Chim episode, because Chim is a producer, and Chim, you know, makes beats and everything. And he has produced a couple records that he's been releasing. So ever since then, when I saw, you know, I tapped in on what he was doing and being in the studio with him, and I was just like, bro, I got to see his music, check it out. And I was like, dope, liked it, gave the follow. And, even back then, months ago, we talked about, you know, doing an episode like that too. So it was cool to have him on for one. Shout out to Joe. Appreciate you. And just being able to be a part of a of a released week and a project and drop dates and being able to help promote and being able to, be invited to things like that Friday. I was invited to like a private listening party in Oakland, and he gave me an invite, you know what I'm saying? And shout out to his manager, Kodak. They're the ones that told me to slide through. And, it definitely happy. And I'm glad I went because I was able to be around other people. And I'm like, bro, this is dope. And then the spot that we were at, hella cool. And, it really opened my eyes too, to understand and help me realize like how important, I would say, how important a team is, and having like a structural thing around you, and not everything has to depend on you. And even though I knew that already, when you see it in place, because you could see things like he's not the only person where I've, seen that and been around that. But when you see it more at a local level, right? Like more of a person that was just here and being on, and then seeing it, and then being the invite, and then seeing all the things, and seeing how many people he has, in his group that are supporting him. And that's whether that's management, whether that's creative designs, whether that's marketing, whether that's, what I'm saying? Like it's a whole piece, and he does a really good job on, doing the shout outs and telling his, giving the flowers to his team. You know what I'm saying? I think that's super cool, because that doesn't, that those type of things don't go unnoticed for sure. So it was cool. It was cool to see that. And I'm like, damn, I got to get a team together. And what I mean by team is that like more people that kind of can have a bigger part in this, you know what I'm saying? Other than just the support of the fans or the support of the viewers or the support of the listeners, whatever you say. A team that we can really develop and be around would be a really good idea and be beneficial. So that's definitely something that I'm going to be striving for. But it was cool to have him on, good to talk about everything and be a part of, like I said, that release, because you get to see every little thing and the build up for things. And it's also personally like exciting for me to witness for them, because I know that, as an artist, no matter what level you're at, those type of releases go like are what's the word I'm looking for? Can be either mentally defeating or mentally uplifting, because you're going off of feedback and you're hoping that it's going to go well and it's going to be, perceived well by the people. And are they going to really interact? Are they really going to show up for it? Whether it's performing, well, first of all, whether it's going to a listening party, and then it's performing, and then it's dropping the actual project. And then it's like, are people really going to tune in? Are they going to, so those type of things I can definitely, have empathy for. And it's cool if I can help in any way, set that launching pad or be a part of it in any way. So those are the things that are really cool about podcasting. And second of all, we had Deja Janea. Super down to earth, super cool individual that also, a lot like myself, that I've said it before in the past, maybe misunderstood, maybe has some misconceptions because of, modeling, professional modeling at that, and maybe doesn't get the chance to metaphorically spread her wings and get, her personality out there, because maybe she might get viewed at a certain way, or can't really open up like that because it might mess up brand deals or whatever the case may be, it's super cool to have her on to kind of talk about all that, and then backgrounds and struggles. And that's what I enjoy doing too. It's getting to know a person and also telling their story, because again, even though this might not be the biggest platform in the world, to other people, this is their version of a breakfast club, so to speak. It's not radio, it's not syndicated, it's not televised on a network television. But to them, like this is like their only, like media push that they be getting. So, of course, like, yeah, like these are the type of things that they enjoy doing, that I enjoy doing, that I hope to help on, So it's being around that. And it's also like, again, it's energy that's reciprocated towards them that it is with me too. It's like motivating y'all. And at the end of the day, we're all just humans, right? We're all just humans. I see the numbers going up too. I'm looking at the YouTube page right now. The YouTube page for the podcast We are 25 subscribers away from reaching that 1,000 mark. This is huge. 975 subscribers organically. 970. I mean, I could do that. I could have done the pay for the 1,000, the 5,000, pay for the. There's those options. You know what I'm saying? They're out there, and they'll fish you down. I mean, this is organically, yo. Like, was it tempting? Sure, it was tempting to pay all that to get the quick grand fast or the quick. You know what I'm saying? The quick 10K, but 975 organically. I appreciate y'all, but I'm really striving to get that 1K before the 2-year mark. And to other people, I mean, to other big talking people or whatever, that's late, bro. 2 years to reach 1K, that's late, but I don't compare myself to them. And it's not a race like that. And I don't care whether they get 10. I hope you get 10 million in the first day. I hope you get your million in the first hour. All good. There's definitely a whole pie for everybody to get, and everybody's story and everybody's journey is not the same. And I'm just following mine, yo. So 975 subscribers. Let's get that to 1K. Anyway, that was a long rant where I needed to take a little breather. Did I mention that it's hot in here? No, yes, I did. And so those are the 2 most recent episodes. And man, we're closing in on that 100 episodes. I'm hoping to get, the goal is to have 1,000 subscribers before I hit episode 100. If those 2 can align, that'd be great. I know I'm pressing it and saying it all over again, but if I could say that again, that would be dope. So I appreciate the 2 guests. Appreciate Joe. Appreciate Deja. Let's get some more. Let's get some more conversations. And I'm going. Not if I could give myself a tap on the back. I'm looking at some of these. I'm looking at the podcast homepage on the YouTube. I'm looking at some of these thumbnails. They look solid. Bro, for someone who doesn't have a background in this, right? For a person that doesn't I don't come from a social media networking background or a graphic design. I don't have like a web design degree, or you know what I'm saying, I didn't take any courses or pay for all these things. I do a bunch of YouTube stuff. I mean, I guess YouTube University, that helps, but I don't have like a bunch of like things or people I can call to be like, hey, how do you make this? I can ask opinions, of course, you know what I'm saying, but I'm looking through all these right now and I'm like, damn, bro, you did good. Some of these, you know what I'm saying, some of them are better. Y'all say this too, not to you know what I'm saying, not to get over my head a little too much, but I'll be looking at some of the ones that are like, you know what I mean, from high-end celebrities that maybe got all those views and got all this stuff, but it's like basic ass thumbnails. Not to shit on them, I'm not comparing the 2, but I'm looking at mine right now and it's like, all right, I could see how I'm picking a couple. I could see it. No big deal on that one. Yeah, man, it's just everything. It's all about, elevation and growing and elevating and growing. And it's just a product of, trials and tribulations and lessons and learning. And, if you look at the first couple ones, you can see definitely the difference between the most recent ones and, at the beginning, because, starting off, you're kind of just, I was kind of just, learning as you go, and you could see the quality difference between the first couple ones and up until we are right now. So it's super cool to see. Like I said, when you look back on all this stuff and you reflect on a lot of things, it's like, man, we really came a long way. Came a long way from cutting them a patio. Shout out Slap and Fade. Yeah, so it's growing, it's getting there, and it's becoming more of a professional level. At least that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to make it to a professional standard, a level that you would see all the mainstream other podcasters. And that's one thing I got to give a shout out to, and I have to definitely acknowledge is I look at myself. Maybe I'm just because I'm hard on myself. I'm my biggest critic, and maybe at times my biggest fan. But I do appreciate the times where I get the feedback from other people that might check it out or check out the clips or check out the podcast page themselves or whatever it is. And they gave me my props. And I appreciate that, because a lot of the times we might look at our own stuff like it's not to that level. Like I said, our biggest critique. But when you get that positive feedback and people tell you how good something looks or how good something sounds, or they like the consistency, it's a major, like I said, clap on my back, and it's a major props because it's the work that we don't think goes unnoticed, but really it's like people are watching and people are looking, and if you stay consistent with it, the quality will get there, and if you stay consistent with the work, you'll get that same energy reciprocated. So I appreciate when everybody checks that out and they give me that feedback. So thank y'all. We're not there yet, and I'm always going to be hard on myself for that. Okay, so moving on from all that, I'm sure like the more stuff comes out, the more I'll be able to, post more about it and share as much as I can. But let's get on to some news, bruh. Some hypocritical AF news. Oh, that's Mortal Kombat. That's way off. I fucked that one up. Anyway, so podcast alum, a GOAT in this business, not just music, not just industry, but just in life, an important person. And I say that 100% with every fucking, ounce of my heart. This man is not just important in what he's doing right now and what's going on. And it's been the wave for the last 2 years. You could argue even more, but specifically in the last 2 years, he's just been elevating his thing to a different level. But he's important and just on a human level in society, you know what I'm saying? And podcast alum. And I'm so appreciative of him. But it's LaRussell. Again, I feel like every other episode or something, if I find a way to somehow bring him up and talk about him, and I know sometimes it might be annoying to y'all because it's how repetitive it gets. But I'm also, I don't care. You feel me? I'm just giving flowers. He just made an announcement that he was going to be selling, doing like pre-release and early release access to his most recent album, which is I Hate When Life's Going Great or something like that. Let me make sure I get this. I don't want to fuck it up. But he just had announced that he's selling it, early access and everything. And this was like, since it dropped on the 3rd, when did it drop? The 1st, October 1st or something like that? I forget exactly when it is. But let me look it up right here. Yeah, I Hate When Life's Going Great. That's the album, you know what I'm saying? And he had dropped early sales for everything. I definitely had to support. I bought the album, and not because it was just like, oh man, I want to do it to get the notoriety or get the recognition. Nah, one, because I genuinely enjoy his music. But number two, it's like I have to show support because he supported me. And he came on here when he didn't have to. You know what I'm saying? I've said it plenty of times. But he sold over 1,000 albums in the first 24 hours. And some people even paid 1,000 albums. Well, he says donate because it's pay what you want, pay for play. And someone even dropped $1,000 on it. That's amazing, bro. That's amazing. Someone would do that. And if he has that support, why not? You know what I'm saying? So sold over 1,000 the first 24 hours. And even amongst other things, but he's also not just selling it to sell and doing it for all that, but he's also giving back like revenue, like splitting the pie, so to speak, and giving shares to people who contribute to it. And some of them even getting like access to like shows or special screenings and stuff like that. And what I thought was super cool too is that and this is something you don't see often, he posted just actually today, what is this, the 4th? He just posted today that, you know what I'm saying, he put it all out there, all the info, like he screenshots of all this stuff, how many people bought it, how many people donated, the total revenue, how many, and they go to specific amounts to where it's like this people like 5 or less, 20 or less, 50 or more, 1,000, and he even posted the equivalency what if you're gonna gauge it, or if you want a metric to gauge the equivalency to streaming, fans, streams, revenue, payouts, all that stuff, posted all that and just gave it. And I thought that was super cool because labels, a lot of times they won't do that. Labels won't release all that stuff, not those specific numbers. You might hear about other social media blogs saying like how many units were sold the first week, how many, so-and-so. Oh, like so-and-so just dropped an album. Oh, they only dropped 15,000 copies. I mean, they only sold 15,000 the first week, or this first weekend, you might hear on that following Monday, on the Breakfast Club, they might announce, okay, like so and so broke the streaming things, but they don't go into details in depth like the way he just posted. I thought that was super cool, super vulnerable, but it's also showing like this is what's real from the people, not just machines and labels and stuff like that. When I say machines, I'm streaming machines and stuff like that, because that trust me, that is real, not paid and stuff like that. So super cool for that. Shouts out to LaRussell, man, making history and, you know, being the wave, like he said from the beginning on the podcast when he came here and said that he's the wave, and man, is it showing. So anyway, moving on from that, this next thing that I thought was super cool, super cool, actually weird, but I don't know what is going on with this. And I'm not the type that goes for all this. I'm not a fucking, you know what I'm saying? I'm not a, what's the part the name I'm looking for? Like I'm not TMZ, bro. Like I'm not searching for what's popping right now, or you know, this juice or the leads on stuff like that, or all this freaking cheese stuff. Like that's not my thing. It's just a podcast, you know. But it is interesting, this thing that's going on with AB, and I've talked about it before in the podcast too. But the stuff that's going on right now with Antonio Brown, it's like like I see a lot of people flipping on him, and I get it. A lot of people flipping on him. You know, a lot of this stuff is, you know, self demolishing? No, self detrimental, or he's basically doing a lot of stuff to all these things that is going to be happening and everything to himself. And I get it, but you know, how much of it can you, at what point does it become like, all right, what can we do for him? You know, or is there anything that you can do for him? Is it just like, yo, he's just happy. Like he won a chip, like he got a Super Bowl championship underneath his belt. That's already more than 50% of the NFL. You know what I'm saying? Like there's, you know how many people have been NFL players, whether they be active or former, that don't ever get the chance to win a championship, let alone even be in a Super Bowl, you know? It's so fucking hard. So you won one, you made all the money, you're making music, you're partnering up with Kanye, with the management and all this stuff. So it's like, it's not like life is not going great for you. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure it's going great. I'm sure you got all the money. I don't know. I'm not counting the man's pockets. That's not what I do. I don't pocket watch. You feel me? But maybe that's just it. Maybe he's just cool. Maybe he's just happy with everything. He don't need to come back. Maybe he's just like doing this shit because he's bored. And I get it. And the reason why I said it was weird, because he's been doing some funky ass shit, some weird stuff. I'm not gonna lie. Dude, there was a video of him pulling out his dick at a pool in Dubai, which I'm pretty sure, I don't know for a fact, but it's like, bro, I don't think in Dubai, I think they frown upon that, if you feel what I'm saying. I don't think they're going to be over here cheering him on like that. And I think he might fuck around and get in trouble. Like they'll hold you down over there. Like they'll block you off from taking off. And so he just got to be careful, especially like I said, with Dubai. There was someone, I'm not 100% sure, but wasn't it like in Dubai, someone was going to get like, I don't know how many years for just having weed. I want to say like 6+ months or 3 years or some shit like that. I remember seeing something about in Dubai, someone with weed, and because it's illegal over there, and they was going to get like mad years in prison. And it's like, yo, for weed, it's 2022. I don't care where you at. It's 2022, dog. But hey, we're not from there. That's another country. What are we supposed to say? You know what I'm saying? So hopefully it's nothing major or nothing crazy happens with him and everything. You know what I'm saying? And hopefully he kind of gets his, see, it's tough to even say mind right, because it's like, maybe his mind is right. Maybe he's just straight up bored. We don't know, but there's definitely some foul shit, especially with him posting a picture with, you know, like, what do they call it? His face, like cropping out his face or Tom Brady's face and having the picture with his wife. That's definitely foul. And then posting on it and everything. I mean, that especially, you know what I'm saying, with Tom, like, he stood out for you, bro. Like, he gave you a place to stay. He fucking, you know what I'm saying? He did a lot. And it's just weird for all that. And then, you know, but maybe it's attention seeking. Maybe he's just trying to grab the attention for shit, which I always found was weird when you hear about the stories about people or celebrities, like when they call them, like they're pulling a stunt, like a celebrity stunt to just try to get attention. I always thought that was weird because it's like, why? Like, aren't you cool? Don't you got enough attention? Maybe it's not popular now. And also, half the time I don't think it's them. I think they have like some type of publish. Damn it, my words today is messed up. Publicist or some type of management or someone that's just like, yo, you should do this. I'm sure it's not their idea unless they're like Kanye level of, what I'm saying, like narcissistic, narcissistic rage, narcissist, blah blah. Then maybe I'm sure it's gonna be them. But I think they just need to chill, to be honest. But hopefully everything goes out straight for him. So, and damn, I'm literally right now reading up on stuff about Tom and Giselle hiring divorce lawyers. Crazy, yo. Crazy. How long they been married? Don't they got like 6 kids together? I think cool. I think he's cool. Hopefully they don't divorce. But if they do, it's like, bro, guaranteed Tom Brady's about to play for like another 10 years. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. Anyway, moving on from that. It was announced, I want to say like last week, that Rihanna was going to perform at the Super Bowl, or is going to perform at the Super Bowl halftime. Super cool. I was talking about it with one of the homies. I was saying, what is there to expect from it? Well, first of all, I asked him, like, yo, what do you think about it? How you feel? Now, granted, this is a dude, so there might be some like dude bias, meaning like they might not be so excited because, they might not be a Rihanna fan. I am. We play Rihanna around here often. We've even did a competition one time where there was Rihanna versus someone who, I forget who it was, but we was playing them slaps, and she definitely got some bangers, bruh. That shit slaps. And so she's gonna be doing the halftime show. I'm excited for it. How could you not, bro? It's Riri. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't know what music you're gonna get, meaning like you don't know, because she has a catalog, dog. Like, she has a catalog of music. So it's like, where's she gonna pick from? Which route she's gonna go? Because I want to say it's only like a 10 minutes thing, right? Maybe it's new music. To be honest, I don't care if it's new music. Just give me whatever she got going on right there. And I'm reading up a little article right now from Vogue, and it's published today, the 4th of October, and it says what to expect from Rihanna's halftime show at the Super Bowl. While we're getting new Rihanna music is still a question that looms. Oh, no, I read that wrong. While getting new Rihanna music is still a question that looms, we're certain that her halftime show will be one for the history books. Facts. Again, I'm quoting Vogue, and I think it says Entertainment by Raven Smith. I just want to give them their credits. Shout outs. Don't take this shit down. I'm giving you your credits, bruh. Stop the press. Halftime show. I think the biggest question with this is, shit, if she's going to bring out some features, like the people that she's made music with, it's like, who are the ones? That's a whole list, bro. Like I said, there's a whole catalog of people that she can go in that bag for. And it's always it's weird when it comes to this. And this is the controversy that the game was having last year when it was with Eminem, Dr. Dre, and all that stuff. He was saying, I saw that he was, a few different podcasts, and he was saying like, he thought that he was like that he wasn't the safe route universally because, he has more of harder music and everything. And he said he felt like Eminem was the safer route. 50 Cent was the safer route. Like universally people, you know what I'm saying? Like he just felt like if he was on there, America wouldn't like him to see. I don't know. Those are his words, not mine. I personally would have loved to see the game on him. Been a fan of the game's music. So especially with Drillmatic, that album, long as fuck. It's like 30 some tracks, but it was definitely a solid piece. But yeah, I wonder what feature she's gonna have on there, because you can go the Calvin Harris route. You can go the freaking what's the dude? Damn, y'all gonna burn me for this one. But what's the dude? John? Is it? No, it's not. Damn. What's the one where she has the guitar? I forget the name of that song, but she has somewhat like a country thing, dude. I don't know. Is she gonna do? Who's another one that she has? The DJ Khaled and Bryson Tiller track. You know what I'm saying? Like that would be a good one. I don't know which route she's gonna go, but I'm definitely all here for it. I'm excited for it. as if you needed another reason to watch the Super Bowl, I think Rihanna performing is definitely one that you're going to tune into. And I mean, I'm looking on this stuff right here. Like I said, on the same article, nothing crazy, but yo, is she going to be pregnant still when she's doing it? Is she not? I mean, I don't even know how many months she is, but nah, she got to be, she's like up there, bro. She got to be, the baby will have to be born by then. So she might be like right after. I didn't even think about that. I wonder if she's going to be like a month. She's got like at least 2 months or something like that right afterwards. And maybe I'm overlooking it, but if I remember correctly too, after you have a baby, I think they say like, they tell you like the first 8 weeks or something like that, they're like, no working out. You know what I'm saying? And because I mean, she's going to have to prep for that. Or does she? Or is it Rihanna? Like, she don't need to prep. It's Rihanna. Nah, bro, it's Rihanna. Rihanna. She don't need to prepare for that. She just wake up singing like that. You know what I'm saying? So maybe it's a thing. And I was hearing rumors too about people saying like, yo, Kanye might have some involvement in it. Kanye might have a little bit in it, but I don't think so. I'm willing to put money on it. Who's trying to go in? Who's trying to bet? How much people? How much you want to bet that Kanye is not going to be involved in it or not going to have a thing in it? Damn, but actually, now that I think about it, they do got a banger together too. Damn. Is it turn on the lights or turn off the lights? I think it's turn off the lights. Yeah. Yeah, damn. Now you got me questioning my own shit. Maybe he will be. It'd be interesting. Definitely be interesting. The fact that it was a frenzy going on for it too is crazy. You know what I'm saying? When they first announced it, wasn't even announced. Well, actually, they were talking about it, you know, at the halftime of that Sunday. All she did was post. At first, I'm not gonna lie, I was a little bit confused because all she did was post a picture of her holding a football, and I'm like, oh, maybe she's gonna make an NFL track or something. I didn't get it at first, but everybody started reposting that shit because, you know, anytime a person like that posts something, everybody retweets the fuck out of it. Like, hey, must be nice. I wish y'all would repost my shit as much as y'all repost Rihanna or Megan Thee Stallion and shit like that. Must be nice. You feel me? Repost the podcast stuff, y'all. You feel me? But I didn't get it at first until people started like posting about it and saying like, oh, she's performing for the Super Bowl. And I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense. And, you know, Glendale, Arizona, February 12th. Yeah, so shouts out to Rihanna on all that. And shouts out to everything going on right there. And I'm still trying to figure out that word charismatic. How do you spell charismatic? Charismaticness. I don't think it's a word. Let me see. Nah, it's not, bro. It just says charismatically and charismatic. So I made that word up. So retract to earlier in the episode. That is wrong. That is definitely not a word, but in the podcast, we'll count it as a word. So appreciate y'all. Get your motivation from somewhere else. Find your motivation, yo. I'm excited for these upcoming. Well, I've been excited for the past couple weeks. I'm excited for these most recent upcoming. No, let me rephrase. Let me say it again. I was excited for the last couple weeks, but I'm more excited for these upcoming weeks for all the stuff that's gonna be coming out and all the stuff that I was involved with. And I'm thankful for them because it gave me a second win that I feel like I needed in this last stretch for, you know, going for 100. And I'm hyped, yo. I'm hyped. I'm hyped. Maybe because it's the season. You know what it is? It's the fucking season. Now that summer's over and fall's here, my favorite time of the year, maybe that's what it is. I'm going to credit it to that. Spooky season, sweater weather. You feel me? I'm all here for it. And yeah, on the road to 1,000 subs. Gang, squad, let's get it. Appreciate y'all. Thank you for all the support as always. And before I go, no, I'll save it for the next one. Anyway, y'all stay safe. Peace.